Welcome back, guys. Episode 299.5 of GhettoRig podcast.
I am.
My name is Jay. All the way to my right, I have my Eddie co-host. And behind camera, we have Miggy Miggy.
Yo,
How you
Controlling them
doing?
ones and twos. How you doing? So, I got two things. Which one do you want? Do you want one that's going to maybe give us a little more conversation? Or do you want one more of like, oh, this is coming out. Oh, that's kind of cool.
The
You
cool
know?
one.
Cool one first? Cool.
Yeah, sure. Get
All
a
right,
quick
so-
one out of the way.
They got two new perfumes that they're making.
Okay. Who?
It's coming. Actually, three new perfumes that they're making.
Who?
It's
Don't make me an
all
owl.
right, owl.
Don't make me an owl.
So we got Club de Nuit is making a new one.
big rectangular bottle.
Big
sparkly.
rectangular black bottle, Creed Aventus dupe.
Yeah,
Club de
wow.
Nuit is making
That's
one.
bad. I have two of those.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah,
That's really bad. Okay.
it's called Overdose.
Okay.
If you pull it up, Miggy, and then Marwa
Mm-hmm.
making another one of, is making an intense version of the Imagination dupe.
So it's gonna be. So you're
That
talking
right there.
about. You're talking about Arabia Prestige.
Arabia Prestige, yeah. So this is
Makes
the one,
Marwa.
Club de Nuit, Intense Overdose,
Where
right?
is this supposed to be?
It's gonna be like a darker version of Aventus. Creed.
So it's
Creed
another
Aventus.
Ventus spin-off.
Aventus Absolute, but darker version of it.
Okay.
And if you pull up that Marwa Intense, it's with a W. Marwa, not without a A.
MARWA.
Without A.
Yeah. MA. Not AM. MA.
Am I autistic here? Am I dyslexic?
Yeah.
Hold on.
M-A, not A-M. No, brother, no.
M-A. Yeah, I'm dyslexic.
R-W.
M-A.
W.
Marwa.
Yeah. Intense.
Marwa, yeah.
I had a little fucking stroke there for a second.
Today,
Uh,
hit pictures because it's gonna give you the old one probably. You might need to go to Instagram for this one because the bottle looks exactly
What's
the
the
same.
third one you're going to say? Because I know one that's coming out.
It's the Sauvage Extract.
No, there's another one that came out.
Extract.
Another
Sauvage
perfume.
Extract coming up on the 31st of this month.
Another perfume came out. Lost Eden from Mason Margiela. Candied,
Yes.
red candied apples and oud.
I saw that. Yes, I saw that.
I'm interested. I want
Yeah.
to see what that smells like.
I'm interested in that Sauvage because Sauvage has Vietnamese oud in it. So we'll see how it all plays out. So I thought that was kind of cool because they're coming up with these three. I'm kind of interested about the. I'm demure to quit on Club de Nuit because every single one of them I smelled, it just doesn't click with me. You know what I mean?
I don't
and-
use mine very often.
I remember that they were talking about, oh man, this out here smells more like pineapple, this and that, the third. I shook the bottle, smells exactly the same like it did the first day. So it kind of separated probably. And I got more of the oils that were on the bottom, the pineapple.
I don't know. I don't really use. I have two. I have the Club de Nuit Untold. I think that's what it's called. The Baccarat Rouge dupe,
Yeah.
which I bought for Emily. It's at my house, but it's Emily the only one that uses it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have the normal Intense Man EDT. That's the one that's like the OG
Yeah.
famous one.
So the new bottle looks just like this, except see where it says Marwa right there? Just picture all that front just being a glass, and you can see through it. That's the difference.
They also released a Uda Brun.
Mm-hmm.
You saw that? The liquid brun, like a
Mm-hmm.
lighter version.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
of
So
it.
that. And it's a clear bottle.
Yeah, it already comes as a clear bottle. The whole
Yeah.
trend thing.
Yeah.
Which people expected them to do. I heard a couple people say like, we're hearing that they might do like their own clear bottle.
Which
Whether
looks
it's gonna-
cooler to me, if you ask
think
me. I
it-
don't
I
know
think it
why
looks
they
pretty
coated
cool.
that bitch.
Yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. Well, I think they still coated it a little bit. Look it up, Mickey.
Yeah.
Like Elde Brun, BRUN.
EAU.
let's take it slow this time, guys. One. What's the first letter?
Ready?
Spell it out for me.
EAU.
No,
Give me
no.
that.
I got this,
Give it
Jay.
to me.
So first of all, the first word you spelled incorrectly. It's EAU. DE space BR
B.
RUN.
Hit images. That right
That
there.
all the way on the right. They still coated it because it's see through, but it's got
yeah,
a
it's sheen to it.
yeah. I don't know. I don't think I'll repurchase any. And I mean, I might repurchase the one I have now, but I wouldn't go out and purchase one of the flankers. Probably.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Maybe
No, I'm
try
saying why
the,
repurchase? Why? You know, it doesn't make any sense. How much more different are they going to be? You know what I mean?
maybe try the limited edition one. I heard it's smoother than the one that I have, but basically the same.
You know what's okay? So if you want to talk about the differences, I would say you know what's different. If you took Blue de Chanel, the basic EDT, and the La Exclusive, huge difference. But anything in between, there's not that much of a difference from the other iteration. You know what I mean?
No.
So like, okay, so let's say if I'm buying the Blue de Chanel EDT, EDP, and La Exclusive, okay. But EDT, if you have the EDT, then you have the perfume. La Exclusive makes no fucking sense to buy. You know what I mean?
I owned the EDP, the original, and then I owned. Well, actually, I just used the last bit of that bottle yesterday. The EDP, the OG, I bought it fucking years ago.
Yeah.
So long. I've had that bottle probably 4 or 5 years now. Just finished it. And then I have a little bit left of the parfum. I don't think I've repurchased Blue Chanel. I think the only designer I really want to repurchase is fucking Dior.
Dior, Sauvage.
Yeah, I think that's the only designer I have.
Which one would you get though? If you were to get.
I think I'd go and try them all, and make a decision then. It probably won't be the EDP.
Yeah.
It would probably be the Elixir or the EDT.
Makes sense.
One of those two. Besides that, I can't really think of another. Oh, why sell myself? I'd repurchase that. I wore that today. That's a good one.
Some good medicine smell right there.
I find it to be very
I like it.
clean. It reminds me of laundry detergent, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
People like it. People around me like it.
You know which one I would probably continue repurchasing is Vibrato. I really like Vibrato.
I got a bottle on the way. I'm on Friday.
Yeah, you do. Nice. Nice. Vibrato is nice. I like it a lot. I've done used the damn thing so quickly. I've never used a perfume that quickly in my life.
I'm excited to get my bottle. I keep forgetting I bought it though.
Yeah,
And I'll
so
get updates. Ooh,
that's a bottle I'll
surprise!
keep repurchasing.
But that's not that's niche.
Mm-hmm.
That's niche.
Are you talking about designer? I don't.
But you would never have to. You would never. I've heard a lot of. I mean, that is technically designer, but a lot of people, because of the price range, put it in the more of the niche category.
Yeah, that would be the only one I would just like actually consider repurchasing. Well, Sauvage Elixir, if I get a really good fucking price on it,
Yeah.
because I do have the 2 ounce and I got this much left in it, so I would just repurchase it, just have it. But with the new Elixir coming out,
Yeah, they're making it in
a
extreme.
new extrate version of it, yeah. So, you know what I mean? And I have the regular Sauvage too, like the basic EDT.
Very good.
Mm-hmm. And then
I'm surprised you go through fragrances that quickly.
some I haven't touched.
Yeah.
Specific reason I haven't touched is most likely I'm gonna end up selling them. That's why I haven't really touched them. Like I've test sprayed them a couple of times, but like max 5 sprays, you know, here and there, trying to see if this is something I would want to keep. I don't know.
Are
I don't
you
know.
gonna start selling some of them? Maybe.
Yeah, not this weekend, but over next weekend, I'm gonna sit down and like start separating, making lists, doing the research, figuring out how much they cost.
Yeah.
What would I price them at? Look
What's
at the
worth to
market,
sell,
what it's
maybe.
worth. Yeah, because I have to also consider like if I'm selling it, what's the price point that I'm gonna sell it with shipping included versus not included,
Mm-hmm.
and then just put a big list together, put it all on a bed, take a picture of it, and then individually, and then just like blast it through. You know what I mean?
You think there might be? I mean, it's possible. There's other perfume other connoisseurs, I'd say, at that point that might want to buy a lot.
Yep.
That could
Yeah,
be
and then
a
I'll cut them a
possibility.
deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Buying, let's say you're buying in bulk, We can always, I could want to buy in bulk, I'll always negotiate. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? There's some brands that I'll keep. Like, for example, Pazzaglia, I'll probably keep all of them. Lorenzo Pazzaglia. Because they're just so fucking unique. Nothing smells like that.
Yeah.
I'll keep all of the Les Indemodable. I'll keep all of that. And then I'll keep, obviously, my Acqua di Parmas. I'll keep my Profumum Roma.
And then there's a bunch of like the staples shit you would keep too, probably, right? Like Creed Aventus, you would probably not gonna get rid of your bottle.
I won't get rid of the bottle of Creed Aventus, but I also don't see myself repurchasing one either, because I don't see myself ever using that bottle up to begin with.
Yeah.
If I were to buy one, it would be the Absolute. I would buy the Absolute, you know.
And at that point, spend $40 over and over and buy.
But talking about that, they just made they made a reformulation of Creed Aventus, both of them. Both of them are going to be reformulated for this year.
Aventus and Absolute.
And Absolute. They're going to be completely reformulated. So, I'll see how I go about it. Well, this was supposed to be a quick talk. It turned into a fucking debate.
That's all right.
Watch the other one be like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
So apparently scientists have been talking about how the Y gene is disappearing.
What do you mean the Y gene?
XY. Like what makes a male is the Y gene, and it's slowly disappearing. But the way they put it, because clickbaity, obviously, for you to click on it and look at it, over the years, over the millennia, Y gene has lost most of its genetic code, right? So there's two types of scientists that are arguing. Some are arguing that Y gene will disappear completely within the next million years, and the other ones are saying, no, it has stabilized itself and it's not going to go anywhere.
Sounds like the timeline on this, I wouldn't have to worry about it anyways.
No, you wouldn't have to worry about that. However, what is interesting to me, how does that happen, right? How does it happen? So clearly, it is a natural selection of things, right? Like when something disappears or appears is because of the natural selection, right? Like
it's the water.
Well,
no.
Frogs
are turning gay, brother.
Well, frogs are not turning gay. There are some frogs that are hermaphrodites, so they can switch the gene. But they have
a lot of animals. If you more and more you look into it, especially in the sea, in water, a lot of animals will be one gender as a juvenile, and then it grows older, and then it becomes the other gender.
Yeah, but what they've proved with the frogs is the water that's loaded with hormones, specifically birth control hormones, makes that process much faster. Otherwise, the frogs would not turn. So they've done studies where it's like the what do you call that? The one of them they put in a water that's like high in hormones, and the other one was the control subjects. Control stayed the way it was with the same conditions, but the other one changed. So they've demonstrated that does affect, right? The hormones in the water do affect frogs. Frogs. But there's some research also saying that it's actually affecting us humans as well. Because of the birth control, because this, when women take it, they pee it out. When they pee it out, it goes through the water system and ends up eventually underground, and then that comes out.
That is a conspiracy theory.
No, look it up.
Crazy word.
Look it up. Hormones.
No, entertain me.
You can't filter out hormones out of the water through ground. The ground cannot filter them out.
Wouldn't they get absorbed by plants?
What plants? They go into the water supply, like the big pools of water that's underground where we pull our water out of. It seeps through the soil and then just trickles down, right? It doesn't get absorbed by the soil because it's just not big enough. So
has to be such a minuscule value of hormones making it to that water if it even
does. It is. But then again, remember, where you're loading progesterone and luteinizing hormone and things like that, our bodies are not used to those high concentrations of that hormone as a male, right? It's the same thing with gluten. We're not used to
trying to say is I don't think it could be a high enough concentration of that to be a high and to have an effect on.
There's no like definitive proof to it, right? It's more of a causation correlation type of deal. That they're saying they're attributing.
There's more of these hormones in the water. They test the water.
There is more water. Yeah, there's more of the birth control hormones in the water currently, per PPI. So they're saying that could be affecting our bodies especially male.
So my
male
body
bodies.
thinks it's pregnant too.
No, it's your body wouldn't think it's pregnant. The reason your body wouldn't think it's pregnant, like okay, so if you're producing, I think it's the progesterone. If you're producing progesterone, you might want to go get your prostate checked because you might have cancer. That's the only reason your body would produce progesterone in those amounts.
How do I
Is you have
know
prostate?
my body
Huh?
producing progesterone?
You pee on a stick. If it comes out as positive for pregnancy, go get your prostate check.
Okay.
Damn.
I'm dead serious. Now they usually like this is literally like one of the ways to test, you know, the your it's one of the hormones your body produces when you have a prostate cancer. Prostate.
Pee on a stick.
Well, maybe not with that one.
Put the mic. If a man pees on a pregnancy test and it comes out positive, what does that mean?
You should probably stop getting drunk and peeing on
Oh,
pregnancy.
he put. Can I pee on a stick? A positive pregnancy in a man is not normal. It should be evaluated by a healthcare professional. It does not necessarily mean prostate cancer. Pregnancy tests detect the hormone human chronic HCG. Man, HCG is usually absent, present only in the extremely low amounts. Possible reasons for positive results include testicular cancer, other rare cancers, fertility treatment, false positive. Could be. But if you're peeing on several sticks and it's coming out positive and you're not taking extreme doses of HCG, then balls might be in danger.
I'm in danger.
Yeah, so just saying.
So pregnancy test is like $50, right? You can get everything,
No.
all these cancers tested for with the pregnancy test.
No, pregnancy
No.
test isn't that expensive.
Well, it depends which one you're buying. If you buy a bulk, then it'd be $50.
In bulk.
Yeah, like 5, 6, or 10 of them at once.
Imagine you just keep fucking stashed. Your mom walks in. She doesn't know about this shit. The fuck do you have all these pregnancies for?
Mom, it's
you
for
just
the
coming in these bitches.
Mom, it's for the bitches. But anyway, so the whole idea is we fucking got carried away on this, right?
I didn't see a drawer full of Plan B's, not pregnancy test, motherfucker.
Yeah. And a coat hanger right next to it, you know.
A coat hanger's
No, Mom, you
crazy.
opened the wrong drawer.
Yeah. He's the preventative drawer.
That's to make the shirt. That's to make sure the Plan B worked.
Yeah. So, but how does the genetic okay, so you know like birds are certain color, and then the more of that color that bird has, the more like peacocks, bigger the tail, more colorful the tail, that means the more progeny they're gonna have, right?
But that's not like the same causation for every animal. It can be different, right?
What do you mean?
Fish, right? So, you'll sometimes a lot of times actually, especially here in our area, you catch a redfish, you catch a grouper. They'll a lot of times have what we see as blue tails. The tips of their tails are blue, and that's from eating crustaceans that have iodine in them.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
Right. So what I'm trying to say is like animals can change colors for different reasons.
No, yes. But what I'm saying is, if that blue tail somehow indicated that fish, specifically that specific fish, because he has this more of a blue tail than the other fish, is having more progeny, that means this fish is being selected specifically for the color of its tail. Does that make sense? What I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like we know for a fact.
Sounds like we made fish racist.
Well, what I'm trying to say is like in peacocks, the only reason the whole idea of peacocking is opening the tail and showing how big it is. There's a couple of things like, hey, look how big of a beautiful, healthy tail I can have. I'm a healthy bird. That means I can procreate. In addition to that, it's demostrating.
We have peacocking.
Even though there are natural predators out there, I can carry this big ass thing and I'm not afraid of it. You know, so.
We have peacocking. What if we have peacucking? And that's when a bigger one with a bigger, more feathers comes by and just cucks you.
Yeah, that could be that. That's the whole thing, right? So what I'm trying to say is, you know, in a nature that's being selected. And there's another thing. Humans have been growing taller and taller and taller. Why? Because women are
Did that
electing
stop with
taller
you,
and
Jay?
taller guys, right? Huh?
Did that stop with you?
No, it doesn't stop with me. I mean, you take Asian cultures. Asian cultures are even shorter. Like you take a Mexican culture. Mexican culture is even shorter on average. United States average height is 5'9". I don't know what's the Mexico, or look up Mexico and like Thailand and stuff like that. You'll see the average is a lot lower. Average height around the world, yeah. 5'7" is average around the world. Adult women 5'2", 6", which is interesting because in United States, right there, this is an interesting thing. In United States, guess what the height of an average woman is?
It says 5'4".
Yeah. What does it say? Does it say United States? Okay, never mind. So 5'4". The world is 5.26, which is 5.3, and United States is 5'4". There's not much of a differentiation there. Where United States is what, 5'10", 5'11" for a male?
5'9".
5'9", okay. 5'9", where the world is 5'7". So there's a much bigger differentiation. So across the world is an indication that women usually pre-select guys that are much taller.
Jay, it's a 0.3 inch differentiation.
0.3 inch? What are you talking about?
Yeah, so from 5'9" to 5.73.
It's a 5 foot. It's a 2-inch differentiation.
Okay, it's
2 inches.
1.7. Or it's because that's
2 inches.
decimal, and then that's
I'm rounding.
7.3. Okay, but I mean it's
I'm rounding.
2 inches. They're both 2 inches.
No, they're not. If you round the 2.6, it comes out to 3.
You're at 0.3 of a difference, brother.
Not
That's
point
the
of
same
3.
argument I have with my
You're
girl.
not.
If you round it up.
I'm rounding them up. I'm rounding them up.
If you round it
Go
up
by
to the-
centimeters.
if you round
Go
it
by
up-
centimeters.
about
It'll
an
make more
inch in-
sense.
You're talking about an inch in difference.
Go by centimeters. Look,
Amen.
United States centimeters, right?
Isn't it?
75, 76. Let's pick, okay, so let's pick 70, 75, 76, right? And then 71. That's what, 4 to 5 centimeters difference, versus in women, you're looking at 3 centimeters difference. 5 versus 3. But this is across the world. Across the world. And in individual country like United States is about right. Now, Scandinavian countries on average are taller than everyone else, right? Like with African, I think Ethiopia, one of the countries in Africa, is the tallest in the world, right? I don't know if this says it anything here.
No, this is
not.
just random examples.
Yeah, but like Guatemala, look, Guatemala is 5'5" is an average male height, right? Where women are 4'11", right? Even if you take that, with Asian countries, India is 5'5", 5'0". Japan is about 5.7 versus 5'2". You know what I mean? So anyway,
Have her ass dress up in a little Oompa Loompa outfit.
yeah. So if women select for height, it's one of the things. Like it's the lizard brain saying, if it's bigger, it's taller, that means it can protect me. It's a protection value, right? Even though we know that's not necessarily true in all the cases, right? However, what I'm trying to say is, you get selected for some sort of a genetic value that you present, right? So if that's the case, and women are having children with men that don't have a specific gene on a Y more often than not, that means that gene is going to start getting more and more propagated, which means slowly the gene could disappear, right? Which makes sense. That's
Isn't
why it
this
would
shit
take million
like
years.
you said, or just like you said, supposed to take like a million years?
Yeah. Well,
So how long would
the
women?
bottleneck effect, huh?
How long would women have to be selecting these men?
Yeah.
For to make the difference?
Generations and generations. Not only that, their own preferences.
So how are they getting this data already?
Their own preference.
If we don't have a million years worth of data,
But they'll look at it. They'll look at genetic testing from the data that they have, whatever the data they collect, and they can genetic test and see the change in the Y chromosome. But also, their own women's preferences would have to change as well. That's why it's not just one, you know what I mean? Not only women's, also men's preferences have to change, right? So it's not just a quick thing that can happen. But I thought it's pretty interesting if it does happen. I mean, what are we looking for? Because the world is going towards more of a egalitarian society. However, it's interesting. Anyway, but yeah,
Hmm.
I thought that might be interesting in the future.
Well, we
Anyway,
won't be here to see it.
no, we won't be here to see it. I mean, you kind of here to see it. Kind of here to see it right now
You're
with
living
like
it, man. What do you mean?
yeah, with dawn of internet and stuff like that. Here, pull the microphone. What's the most recent data of involuntarily celibate men in United States percentage wise between of ages 18 to 30?
We all know them boys ain't fucking.
Yeah, they're not. '22 to '23. Um, some sources I see higher, around 20 to 30%. That's the number I see a little more often, about 30%. Yeah, not self-identify or general voluntary celibate. Well, it doesn't matter whether they self-identify or not. If they haven't had sex in past year, then they haven't had sex in past. They're involuntarily celibate. So, whole idea. Click on the microphone one more time. What about women? Yeah, so the number is by 10% less, right? Um, so, what does that tell you? We have a same amount of men as same amount of women. And usually, women will over-report something like this, and guys will under-report something like this. You have to think that, in a sense that women will say they're not sleeping with somebody because they don't want to be called a hoe, but in reality they are. But with the dudes are like, oh no, I'm sleeping with somebody even though they're not, because they don't want to be called an incel, right? So those numbers are off. I can guarantee you. So what do you think is happening here?
10%, 15%, maybe discrepancy.
Well, not only discrepancy, that means that if it's an equal amount of women and men, that means some of these women are sleeping with the same men. You see where it's happening?
Say again?
Because there's a because we have an equal amount of women and men, right? That means there's a woman per each man. Basically, like,
yeah, and there's about 10 to 15% discrepancy.
Discrepancy.
In how much
so
are
if there's
active.
more women are sexually active and less men are sexually active, that means if there's more women sexually active, that means these women are sleeping with the same group of men.
Right, yes. I get what you're saying.
Now, if that's possible, is it also possible that these same women are sleeping with a very, very small percentage of men, not with everyone? Which data, GSS data shows that. Like, on average, the sexual partner is like a hockey stick, right? The further you go towards being like what's called a desirable male, the body count goes up. It's kind of like this, and then goes doop, shoots right up, which means
we like fucking.
No. The dudes like fucking,
bro.
but most dudes cannot do that. That's the whole point. Most dudes are lucky. Most dudes do have sex, but number of sexual partners.
Okay.
That's different. You know what I mean? Now, so click on a microphone again. What is the reported couple status in United States? What's the percentage of women reporting that they are in a relationship, and what is the percentage of men reporting that they're in a relationship in the United States?
Did that shit give us a sex shop recommendation? Yeah, it did.
Okay, so look. In a committed relationship, married, cohabitating, or committed dating, 68% versus 70. Single, 32% versus 30. Status, men, single, 63%. Women. Okay, this is very good. Watch. Stop here. This is actually really good data. Look, men 18 to 29, 63% are single, but only 34% of the women 18 to 29 are single. Think about it.
Yeah, I mean, these sound valid.
So if majority of young men in that age,
there's a 66% chance that I'm gonna get rejected.
no. That's not the point. That is not the point. That is not the point. Think about it again. If the if 63% of the men between ages 18 to 30 are single, but the same cohort of women are coupled up, who are they dating? Who are they in couples with? With men that are older, 30 plus. Okay. You see what's going on here?
Yeah.
You see it, right?
Younger women like older men.
Yes, but the younger women like older men, in a sense that we're talking about 18 to 29. That means 18-year-olds are dating 30-year-olds plus. This is why you're seeing numbers like this. Mm-hmm. So if this is happening, and on average, women are reporting being coupled, but then young men are not coupled, that means there are men that's sleeping with multiple women all at the same time and not committing technically.
You'll get there one day, young buck.
Do you see what I'm saying? the data is there. Like, most people don't realize that this is the data, right? Like, young guys nowadays, they're kind of like left to their own devices, just like battling dragons.
Checking your cancer by peeing on a stick too.
Well, we started with the Y chromosome stuff, right? And then now, could it be that there's some external factors that are affecting levels of testosterone in younger men, levels of whatever it is? In addition, couple that with internet and access, could it be a multi-pronged issue? Why majority of the 18-year-olds, which is 63%, that's a solid majority, that do not have a relationship?
I think it's a multiple factors. Maybe a little bit of what you said.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of there's no longer that feeling loneliness when you can go home and like just get online and like be on the internet all day and kind of feel connected to people that way.
That's true, but that is happening only with men, not women. Look at the number.
I think
there's more guys than girls, yes, but there's still girls.
No, nobody's saying that there aren't girls. Of course, there are girls out there that'll go home and do the same thing. Of course, 100%. But it is a significant number. It's like a twice.
I would say probably like a 7 to 2.
Yeah, well, I would probably say more like 6 to 3. You know what I mean? Sure. 6 to 3, or maybe 7 to 4. You know what I mean? Maybe that.
7 3.
7 7 3. Sure. Yeah, but data doesn't lie, right? Like this is actual GSS data that this thing is probably pulling from. So what do you think is going on? Why is it like that?
That's just too much, bro.
Like I said, I think it's a multiple variety of factors. Just
like what?
There's so many things that link to men's testosterone, if that's what you're trying to talk about, right?
No, not necessarily men's. It could be testosterone. I think that's a solid call. Like, there's some issue to testosterone, which levels of testosterone, I think, from the 70s been tanking.
Then you have options.
There's optionality because of the easy access, internet,
too much
Instagram.
Options.
Too many options for who, though?
For girls.
Yeah, for girls.
Not options for guys.
Yeah, no. Zero options for guys, yeah. Majority.
All it just makes for guys is more of a dream world.
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But not really actual options.
Mm-hmm. So options for what? For girls have options for what?
It's like
just general life,
just
social
to smash.
Life. No, I'm saying like general social life
like,
in general that introduces you to that, right? So like, for example, a girl on social media is very easy for her, I would say. In high school, let's say she wants to go party, and she can go party with any high school group she wants because she's pretty and she got a car and Correct. She can go talk to people and she feels open to do so. Not that a guy can't go and try and do the same thing, but guys just...
Unless the dude is providing some sort of value, unless he's bringing the alcohol, he's the cool guy, he's the one that's like organizing the party. Something
even
like
then,
that. Even
bro,
then,
kids are so weird nowadays.
Yeah,
too.
even then,
it's changed. Like we're thinking about it in a older sense, I think a little bit. Like even the way I would look at it is very different than you. right? But I don't know, I felt like that shit was dying when I was in high school. Kids doing dumb shit and going outside and partying. I feel like that's starting to die more and more and more.
You were also at that time you were kind of like already out of a high school and stuff like that at that time, but that's when the COVID hit, right? Like when you were a year or two
right,
out of it.
I graduated the year before COVID.
Yeah, so it's kind of dying, and then COVID happened, and I think COVID
kills it even more.
Killed it even more, and everybody kind of became more of a hermit, and the young generation is growing up. Like they're blaming dopamine. You know, everybody's dopamine is fucking fried. It's very hard to keep a young person attention nowadays. Extremely hard to keep their attention. Like they doze off. Literally, they doze off. You start talking to them, and they're thinking about something else. The dopamine levels are fried. ADHD levels are going up through the roof.
Is it that? Is it? It's all just habits. It's all just habits that are being instilled, right? Like with the dopamine levels being fried for kids, that's a habit thing. They build habits to being able to have constant dopamine hit. You can pull them out of that habit.
Well, no. At first, it's a habit. Let's say the scrolling, right? Let's talk about doom scrolling. You scroll. At first, it's a habit, but then it becomes a chemical dependency. It becomes an actual chemical dependency for a dopamine spike.
Right, but it's not like something you can't get out of.
You can't get out of it, but it's kind of like smoking. You have to literally like just stop doing what it is, or drugs. Stop doing it and have your system reset back to a balance. Because what's happening, like for example, in cigarettes, and I'm gonna make a educated guess and say that dopamine levels are similar. When you start smoking, I was reading this article and they're talking about researching cigarettes, right? They're talking to high school kids. They'll smoke a cigarette, let's say on Wednesday at 6 p.m., right? They wouldn't want a cigarette throughout the entire week, the weekend, and then come the beginning of the week, they don't want it. But the minute that Wednesday 6 p.m. comes around, they want a cigarette. Like they were talking about, like that chemical dependency from nicotine. Your body wants it at that moment, at that specific moment. So at first, it's kind of like, yeah, let me smoke. But then what it becomes, nicotine attaches to the brain receptors, creates an imbalance in the brain. But to continuously do it, so that becomes the new normal, new balance. So when you take the nicotine away, your brain says, it's an imbalance. It's an imbalance. Give me my balance back, right? But you have to slowly shift it back. And I think the dopamine is the same thing. They kind of started a habit. Now there was an imbalance. Now it became the balance, that dopamine spike. So now you have to reshift it. But we're talking about here hormones. We're not talking about a nicotine attaching to a receptor. We're talking about an actual hormone, which most of us don't even know how fucking hormones work fully. We can't control it. You know what I mean? We don't really understand them. We know, like, yeah, what testosterone is for, and we know what estrogen is for. We kind of know the pathways and what are some of the things that they do, but we can't really go out there like thyroid issues. Those are all hormones that your thyroid produces. To this day, we don't really know how to control that shit. So, if the dopamine as a hormone is spiking in your brain, and we're just trying to hardcore reset these motherfuckers, how, it,
take it away.
Take it away, but then for how long? How can you do that? What is the jumping back into it time frame? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. And I'm like trying to think about it too. Like I did it where I deleted like all social media off my phone and got rid of that, and found myself chasing that dopamine hit, because we all have it in us now. Yeah. We all
You're
do.
sitting here twiddling your thumbs. Like, gets to the point where you're watching a movie and you'll pick up your phone just to scroll while your movie is playing in the background. It's no longer interesting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
how do you wean that in? Healthy, in a healthy way. I don't think there is a way. Stop watching that kind of content completely, forever.
I think I have a maybe good solution. I think
does a purge and they just destroy. They do a complete internet blackout. You're gonna have some crazy people. That's why it's called the purge.
Yeah. I think in my case, for example, what I like to do, like anytime I don't look at my phone or don't really mess with it, is when we're having like an intellectually stimulating conversation, whoever it is with, right? Whether it is a back and forth, whether it's a debating or whatever it is, then I don't go to my phone. Then I'm like engaged and I'm like constantly going back and forth. But I think the more we go and the more hermits we become, the more we get on our phones, the less of that we're having. It's like a snowball effect. You know what I mean?
I like good old storytelling. That's when I can
Yeah,
Literally
especially
go
funny
that.
shit. Like when you sit down and
When I'm
start chopping
laughing,
things
bro.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, when I'm laughing, or just like not even necessarily storytelling, just kind of hanging out with boys and like talking shit to each
Yeah.
other. That's one of my favorite shit. Is roasting the shit out of each other.
Well, like let's take fishing, right? Why is fishing so much fun?
It connects to something primal in us. That's a
Primal, but you
primal
also
thing.
get a dopamine hit every time you get the bite and you hook
Yeah,
something and you
but
reel it
that's
in.
because of the primal link. My family's about to eat. That's what my brain is thinking when I feel that fucking fish on the line.
That's true, but that's what you're supposed to get a dopamine hit for, when you're like accomplishing some sort of a
Mm-hmm.
goal, right? Like with this one, you're chasing something, like, and every time you need more and more and more of the chase, right? Um, so it like some
Brother,
of the
I'll be honest. If you could leave a fisherman on the fucking beach and pay him, he'd stay there all day.
yeah,
It's the
yeah, yeah,
same thing. I mean, just our phones are in our pocket, so it's accessible.
easy,
It's
yeah,
easy. It's quick. I mean, like for me, I want to go fishing. I can't do that right now. No way I go fishing right now.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, I want to? Probably, yeah. Yeah, I'd probably go fish right now. I
But
don't give
at
a
one
fuck.
point, you
Like,
get tired of catching the same fish. You would want a different fish.
I
Now you
don't
need to
know.
go somewhere else.
Yes and no. Yes and no. I mean, I think it's like I've had a couple good days where I catch like a shit ton of fish, and
I think at that point you can take a lighter tackle and then see how long you can.
yeah, you start doing different things. You start doing different things. You start trying other things, and like also it becomes like a competition. Like if we're catching a shit ton of fish, it's no longer who caught the first fish. It's who's catching the biggest one now.
Yeah.
All right, let's see who's gonna catch the biggest one. Who can catch the most species? Like you start just making up bullshit, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So
It's because I hierarchical. So I don't know, man. Like this is all interesting. I've been diving a little more into this data, and like a lot of the stuff that we first thought is a thing is not really a thing. Like the GSS data tells us something completely fucking different. Like the violence within the family and the couples is not what you think it is. Um, and on average, actually, they found that women are most likely to have violence caused on others than men are, in a sense of like, especially if they're weaker than them, meaning like if women are stronger than whoever is the victim is, meaning children and elderly, they're most likely to cause violence amongst themselves. They're most likely to cause violence, and also on top of that, they're more likely to cause violence towards men when it's one sided. You know what I mean? When it's just from one side to the other side. On the other hand, with the other token, men cause more of a brutal violence, meaning like the consequences of men's violence is a lot. It's like, might as well just think of a fucking silverback gorilla, right? Like any man can basically rip apart. If a woman, just like the body weight, mass density, bone density, mass muscle mass is so much more. You know what I mean? So like a lot of this data, like how people say that a lot of men are rapists, this and that, the third. Their actual number is like fucking not even like 1% or something like that. It's a super small number. Yet everyone out there is afraid of to walk at night on her own. You know what I'm saying? So like a lot of this data is just a bunch of bullshit that they just kind of fed us, which doesn't really exist. And it's
but like
complete opposite.
you have to realize, like for example, we got a lot of older girls around us, that have technology and are looking at TikTok all the damn time and believe in everything they see. And I'm not saying what they see is necessarily fake either all the time, but it was one thing. Like back in the day, how did a girl get information about somebody getting kidnapped on the other side of town or whatever it was? Right, it was a newspaper.
Newspaper, yeah.
And it was like once in a while. Versus like now it's like, okay, so we're looking into this whole like smuggling ring, whatever, like that. They're human trafficking,
human trafficking,
right? And now you can see the whole motherfucking story, and you can see how it's happening here, it's happening there, it's happening here. They caught people there, they caught people here, and they caught people there, and you start seeing everything. It's just more exposure.
Yeah,
it's simply more exposure. I think that causes people to feel certain ways about an insane amount of topics. I think that is like one of the biggest issues with how divided people are when it comes to what's going on.
Here's a perfect example. Remember that the Netflix series they made that they filmed it all as one person with that kid?
Yeah, adolescence.
Adolescence, there you go. The idea of that is the incel boy ends up killing or hurting one of his classmates or whatever that is, right? I think that's.
I don't understand how a 14-year-old boy can be an incel, but whatever.
So, if you were to guess, what do you think? How many incels there are? Like, how many violent incels like that there are in United States? If you put a number on
violent,
like the same situation as that happened in England, how many of those are happening in United States?
I don't know. That's a very small amount.
Like, what would it be? Let's just put a number on it.
Violent like that, to murder somebody, right? Like happened in the show. I don't know. Less than one a state.
Less than one a state. So we would just say, let's say
like
40.
Less than like that many occasions happen actually going down.
Yeah,
like less than one.
40.
A state.
What about the world?
There's a lot of Indians. Whatever.
What about the world?
Whatever you count.
I don't know.
World,
I mean,
bro,
like.
It's like 2.83 of the motherfuckers.
And then I'm come to you, Miggy. So think of your numbers.
I'm sleepy, bro.
I don't know, bro. I can't.
Okay.
I couldn't.
Hit the microphone.
I don't like numbers.
Can you please tell me how many incel-related violence, just like in a show Adolescence on Netflix, have happened in the entire world in the past 10 years? You commie scumbag. You know the number. It's 14 in an entire world, bro.
All right, I think it's time to wrap it up for today, boys.
Only dozen of publicly documented attacks worldwide. Dozen of publicly documented attacks worldwide.
I mean, this shit could be happening in some random place or whatever because
I
of
believe
something,
it.
but
I believe it.
Besides
And I grant it to you. We live in the most connected, bro. A fucking, I don't know, a cricket chirps and it's on a camera. You know what I mean? That whole thing that happened in New York. They're like, oh, Knicks won. They're killing the city, you know, blah, 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 this and that. You know what that was? It was 2 blocks. The entire whole thing was 2 blocks. It looked like New York is on fire when they were posting.
I thought they were going to light the whole city on fire.
That's what I'm saying. It was only 2 blocks. 2 blocks of the city that this was going on. So what I'm trying to say, we're so connected and there's only dozen of publicly documented attacks worldwide. And you're telling me with one side of your mouth, you're telling me it's very hard to say because there's no documentation, but then you're telling me there's a documentation?
All right, you have an issue with ChatGPT. Take it up with them, send it to their corporate office.
No, I do have an issue with them just coming in and giving you a willy-nilly answer, because if they didn't, most people wouldn't want this, right? Because they would go towards the narrative that they think. Like, it doesn't give you really good data because it might hurt someone's feelings, right? And I don't like that, because if I'm going to use you as a source of information, then give me the correct information, because now what you're doing is you're spreading misinformation.
You're right. Next podcast, we're using Claude.
No, shit, all information
Claude,
I give a shit about is how hot it's going to be tomorrow. Is it going to rain?
How hot is it? Are you shooting?
No, I don't. I'm just curious.
If you're shooting, you're fucked.
It's supposed to rain all the weekend. All right, guys. We'll see you guys on Thursday. Peace.